closed fist. I'm Russ. That's Joey. That's
Woo, woo,
Will.
woo.
Hey now.
I would be Beard Light. That's gonna be my new ring name.
There you go. I'll be Beard Heavy.
Beard Moderate.
And I'm in the middle.
It's like a bad evolutionary chain.
Yeah.
Angry old man beard.
Homeless beard.
Homeless beard.
Groomed and beautiful beard.
And not so much beard.
Yeah, right?
Oh, we're going to Smackdown talk.
Boo.
Just- Jinder still champ.
Maharaja.
Has that died off for you?
What, Jinder Mahal?
Jinder Mahal?
No.
I
mean, he's still stiff in the ring. He's still, you know what I mean? It's not.
That's the rights.
Yeah. But he always had the, not the ability. What's the word I'm looking for here? They hit him, and the way he worked with 3MB and anything else, he never really did anything else. So they hit it. Now he's one-on-one with somebody, you see it. Yeah. But I still like the fact that they're doing something with somebody else, kind of like we touched on last hour with Samoa Joe. They're doing something else with somebody. Yeah. That's where I am with it.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's that India tour is coming up, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're trying to do an expansion into India, and I'll tell you what's weird is that Impact Wrestling has been over in India.
Wow,
they've been really doing well. They have a couple of guys, Mahavali Shira. He's great. Impact did a really good thing in that they had Mahavali Shira in India. They showed footage of his father. And his brothers, they had him ringside. They had him win his match, and it was a good scene. And the crowd was really into it and everything like that. So they really,
Are they having better writers than the Wombats?
You know what? I will say this: the writers in Impact are not that bad. But
so what is bad? The talent?
The talent, they have some good talent. A lot of talent's leaving.
Scott Steiner's still there.
Yeah, Scott Steiner. I know he came back to fight
the artist formerly known as Abyss, or whatever his name is now. I don't even and Josh Matthews or something. Okay,
Josh Matthews. Yeah,
well, that's a great match.
You're still on the list, Josh Matthews. Anyway, but
they're lucky.
but they're having their own tour of India. But it's interesting that they take their stars of Indian descent. They're pushing them out in front a little bit, and they're doing well. Now you have the WWE loosely. Now they're taking their star Jinder Mahal. They put the belt on him. Now they're pushing them out to the front. They happen to be expanding into India.
So is Vince following TNA? I mean, he took the Hardys back.
They still want the broken gimmick. They're not going to get it.
Delete.
But I myself, I like the fresh. I think there's still a freshness to it. Yeah. I think there's still, and I think what helps make it is the Bollywood boys.
Absolutely.
The Singh brothers. Yeah. Because if it was just Jinder on his own,
his nipples
would have been dead in the water. Dead in the water.
Absolutely. So, I mean, collectively, as a unit, you can even call it like their own little faction in a way.
Yeah.
The Bollywood Order.
The BWO.
That's already a copyrighted gimmick.
It's already a copyrighted gimmick.
BWO is already a copyrighted gimmick.
It is.
Blue World Order.
Yeah.
That could be IWO, India World Order.
This is going to be the only time we ever mentioned a Blue Meanie.
Yeah, Blue Meanie. Bang. Stevie Richards?
Come
on.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Throwback.
Oh, my goodness. The Burf Flickinger Center.
I used to love that place. Yes. That was awesome. You kidding me?
Saw so many amazing shows there.
You're going to a great wrestling event when you walk in and somebody's riding around in a bike and they have trash cans full of cheese graters.
Yeah.
Baseball bats.
Yes.
Pipes. Assortment of pipes, by the way.
Yeah.
Not
Yes.
just, whatever. But yeah. ECW back then, that was.
Sandman hit me in the head with a beer can. It was awesome.
The last show.
That explains so much.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
But what was great is that I remember standing outside. My kid brother went around to go get the car, so I was standing out in front of the Burt Flickinger Center, and this kid who had this welt on his head. It was like a second person.
It wasn't me.
It was a second. It was like a second
Backyard
person.
wrestler.
It was like a second person growing out of his forehead.
Yeah.
He was in the ring with the Sandman. He couldn't have been more than like 13 years old. You know how Sandman took a beer can?
Smash, yeah.
The kid smashed a beer can up against his head.
Boy.
Was he smart enough to open it?
No, I think it was open, but he had a welt on his head from. I thought he was going to die.
I've had drinks with the Sandman. That man is impossible to kill. He's an interesting individual, that's for sure.
One of the funniest parts was that he was at their souvenir stand. He was just sitting. He was just sitting there walking around the souvenir stand.
Yeah.
I was trying to get something to drink, and I'm looking over. I'm like, who's that guy? Like, I think he's gonna fall over. Oh, it's the Sandman.
Yeah.
And you can smell the booze on the guy from like.
I couldn't because I was just as shit faced. So when
I was bartending downtown, and whenever they were in town, they'd show up where I was. It was an interesting.
Yeah, definitely interesting crew. But I think Jinder he's in the middle of his run. I think he's at the height of his run.
He's had his title defense and he won. So
right now
in St. Louis.
Now
in front of Cowboy Bob Orton.
I'll tell you what, he looks like he could still
Still go
a little bit.
I just want to watch him brand one person.
I want to see him do one more superplex.
Yeah,
There you go.
one superplex, get the old arm cast out.
There you go. Let him turn on Randy.
That would be awesome. That would be fresh.
Here's my thing about that whole feud, just to kind of touch on the feud. Randy Orton is all bent out of shape because he put his hands on his dad. Jinder Mahal did.
I seen a meme on this.
Yeah, I shared it. Yeah. But 10 years ago, he beat the crap out of Cena's dad and punched him in the head.
Oh, yeah.
And like nothing happens.
The Legend Killer.
That's just a sidebar. We don't need to get into it. But I'm just saying.
Well, but it's a sidebar, but it's kind of not a sidebar because how many is this? We're flip flopping a guy from heel to face so many times.
Yeah. Oh, they more with that dude than
More with him than anybody else. It doesn't make it believable.
Yeah,
True.
That's why I've been over him and his whole shtick. And when we first started doing this, when I was saying I was sick of the 3-move guy and the whole thing, because it was basically because of him and Roman Reigns. But I'm sick of him. You know what I mean? The whole thing. I wish they'd give Jinder somebody else to go against. But
it's almost like they're rehashing a story.
That's what they do, though.
Nobody's gonna know or whatever.
Yeah, just like they didn't know when they went from the beer truck to the milk truck.
I'm like,
but that was almost an homage to the beer truck. It was only
But
only
they
like
just
a year or two.
redo all the same stuff.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for somebody to steal somebody's wife in the middle of a marriage, and it's all the same stuff over and over again.
But the beer truck, milk truck one,
They're still great.
Amazing.
Do not get me wrong; they're classics. But it's you need something new, something fresh.
The thing about that is that I pity the person. Well, two things. I pity the person that had to clean up the milk.
Oh, the smell.
And all that smell. Two is that you're taking a guy that normally when they rehash something, it's with somebody different.
Mm-hmm. True.
They took Randy Orton, they rehashed something with the same guy.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, what's next? Are they going to fight in his house?
Yeah, right?
I quit if that happens. Oh, my God. But,
You heard that here, folks.
But, yeah. We're over Randy. But he's going to get another shot at some point.
Because he's Randy Orton.
Yeah, exactly. But Jinder's in the middle of his run, doing well.
Yeah, I think
Until Cena comes back.
Doing well. Now, this is the kicker. Cena is coming back.
Who's a free agent? He can show up anywhere. I've seen enough.
You make that sound. Do you not like that idea of him being the free agent?
No,
He's the face of the franchise still. Whatever they've tried to do, he's still the face of the franchise.
well, because
Speaking of stale,
but here's the thing with Cena. Have they given anybody else a real chance to be the face of the place? Or is it,
You don't think they've given him somebody else a real chance?
no?
who?
Explain yourself, sir.
Well,
Explain yourself.
I explain myself with a question. Who have they given the chance to?
You don't think this quasi push of Roman Reigns are trying to give it to him? You don't think that
Here's the
whole
thing.
deal for the past 2 years
He's
is
not the face.
No.
But he's not- he's not
the face.
But the question was, have they given anybody else a push?
Well, no, it's not. It's not a push. This is when
Seth
you're
Rollins wasn't a push.
when you're talking about making somebody the face of an organization. It's not just about the
There's
push.
there's nobody there. There's no Hogans. There's no Rocks. There's no Stone Colds. There's nobody there.
because
Still not the question. The question is, have they given someone the opportunity?
they have given people pushes, but they've never committed to that person like they've committed to John Cena.
John Cena is
Because John Cena got over.
John, other
he's their Make-A-Wish. He's their charity. He's their everything. Yeah.
Now. I mean, for the past like 5-6 years, but
Like
10
10.
years ago, when he got the original push. From the Doctor of Thugonomics thing to the whole "I'm a Marine now," when he turned to the Marine and he got the push, he wasn't doing. I mean, maybe he was doing Make-A-Wish here and there or a charity event or whatever, but that wasn't the character until he got over and became the face of the place.
well, here's the
you
thing.
know?
Well,
You also have to look too is when he was in that role of the Thugonomics and all that, they had 15 faces.
Oh,
Now they have nothing
Absolutely.
to replace that with.
Well, here's the thing. When you talk about, like,
well, I'm defending John Cena. I guess it sounds like I am. So.
yes, you are.
Oh, and you know what? I'm a Cena hack. I guess I am.
But you know what?
All right,
I don't.
we'll go from there.
I don't. Well, first
Come
off,
on.
I don't dislike
Fruity
John
Pebbles.
Cena. I don't dislike John Cena. What I dislike is
The Fruity Pebbles gimmick is absentee.
that's funny though. But what I'm saying is that they give a guy a push, and then they only let him go so far, and then they always seem to revert back to John Cena.
When the chips are down, you go with the money.
I'll give you that.
I'll give you that as well.
When the
But at some point,
He's not going to be able to go.
he won't be there. You have to build up another guy.
okay, he didn't. Honestly, now since WrestleMania, it's been about 5 months now.
Yeah,
about
really.
5 months.
4 months.
4 months. Okay, and let's say from January to now, because you go from January, which is Royal Rumble, leading up to WrestleMania. Okay.
The road to WrestleMania.
Road to WrestleMania, exactly. What did he do at WrestleMania? A one-off gimmick match so he could get married to his girlfriend or propose
Because
to her,
that's
whatever.
what she's always wanted to wrestle with her hubby.
Exactly. They did nothing with him. He was relegated to mid-card at best.
Right.
He's been gone since then. You've had 6 months of no John Cena,
And ratings are down.
and ratings are awful.
But here's the thing, though. But you can attribute that to the superstar shakeup and what happened after that. And the ratings are, and I have the ratings right here. They had the highest ratings were right around WrestleMania,
Which you would figure is normal.
Absolutely.
which you would figure, and then right after that, they did the superstar shakeup, and the
They
ratings
screwed up
dropped.
everything.
So, and Cena was not around necessarily for all that.
But I think, personal opinion, the heavyweight scene we were just discussing on Raw is probably that Extreme Rules match, the Fatal 5-Way, was probably some of the best stuff
Yeah.
Because I wasn't too sure going
You're
into
just happy because your boy won.
Well, no, but I mean, I like Finn Balor.
I know,
like.
I'm just messing with it.
Samoa Joe. I'm just,
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, I think they got a decent.
They have a good crop of people fighting there. You know what I mean? And
Whereas SmackDown, they don't have
their
that guy.
ratings went down.
Right.
While that was going on, and like I said, this is all personal opinion.
No.
Right.
But
And I think SmackDown doesn't have that.
SmackDown is just like
They don't have that
SmackDown's
uber talent.
boring
They don't have
right
that
now.
uber talent, that mega superstar.
It's
The thing about
snoozer.
The thing about SmackDown, and we look at what they had as far as like the Money in the Bank. You had Ziggler, you had Corbin, you had Styles, you had Zayn, you had Nakamura, and you had Owens, who, by the way, I thought who died at like 3 times.
Yeah, I actually thought he was hurt. They said he was helped back after the show.
He had a knee injury, but he's okay, But Styles is your number one guy. They're just waiting out the.
And I like Styles and all, but he's not that uber superstar. He's not that John Cena. He's not that.
But here's it. But
Yes,
But
we can
here's
agree on something
Yes,
here, Joey.
they don't have
Good
that.
stuff.
They just
We're
don't
gonna
have
agree.
that talent. They don't have that guy.
But here's my point though.
Captain TNA is the face of your franchise.
Guess what? Most of the roster is TNA right now.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying this.
Bring up Bobby Roode.
But here's the thing.
And then ruin
TNA
him.
guy.
Yeah. But here's the thing though. Styles, easily your number one guy. He gets to a certain point. Then what?
You know what it is?
They pulled him back.
It's the soccer mom haircut.
It is a soccer mom haircut. Yeah.
What did I just say? Not that he's. I'm making a joke about the TNA thing,
Right.
But he's not a WWE guy.
But
he feels awkward when he's dealing with talent.
But here's the thing.
And they really put a clamp down on letting him talk. Like in
Well,
TNA, he was good.
He's a
WWE,
good
he's
talker.
terrible.
He's a good talker. They just don't give him.
They put a leash on him.
time. Yes. Now here's the thing. You're talking about
He's always stuttering in his promos, though.
Because it's the leash.
It's like when he wants to say something, but then he changes it at the last minute to like whatever. You just could see
Well,
it.
it's just
in his-
like Gallows and what's his face,
Anderson.
Nerd. Like they're just putting these terrible chains on these guys and not letting them do what they do.
Nerds. That's awesome.
It's
I think
terrible.
it's funny. I don't know.
But the thing is, though, you take a guy.
Nerds.
Nerds. Sorry.
Sorry, we're getting.
Sorry, 1980s.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Revenge, but you know
Dr.
what?
Death.
but you take a guy like Styles, who was their top guy. He had the belt. He was easily probably their top talent. He carried that show.
True.
Why do you stop that momentum?
Because he has his name tattooed on his side with all his wins.
Yeah, it's true.
That's annoying. Sorry.
It is
It's vain.
annoying, but it's vain. But
I never noticed that.
But it's almost like they let a guy go, and for whatever reason, maybe because he is a former TNA guy, but he came from New Japan. That's what he was built as.
True.
But it's like
And again, those guys that they've come over aren't what they were there either.
But it's like they revert back to what they know. They don't let a guy like AJ, who was doing well, continue.
Are they afraid that they're not just with their mic skills, but they're in ring? They're holding them back with that stuff too. They're not getting. People get hurt way too much in WWE.
Yeah.
If you notice, and are they scared to let these guys do what they do?
Too many injuries. Sorry, I'm going back to the high spot thing we did last month.
Oh boy, you in the high spot thing.
It's all right. Anyway, go ahead.
But at some point, they can't and they will not be able to revert back to Cena. Then what do they turn to?
That's correct. That absolutely. I'm just saying, since they have the ability to bring him back now with the free agent clause, whatever this is, they'll explain this week or next week. Come back July 4th. So which I find curious.
Oh, it's SmackDown, right?
Yeah. Because
there's your Jinder Mahal.
You're probably traditionally lowest rated of either show would be on a 4th of July or a holiday of some sort, and why would you bring him back on what's traditionally already going to be a low-rated program?
Because he's Captain America, and they're trying to get the ratings.
Yeah, but nobody's going to go leave the fireworks or their family picnic to go run home and watch
That's what the network and DVRs are for, though.
Well, yeah, but the DVRs don't count towards.
Yeah, DVRs don't count towards viewership. That's been the argument of why viewership has been so low, is because of the new ways you can watch everything, streaming and whatever it is. Right. But I don't know. I think Cena will be a shot in the arm. All the boo, everybody be booing him.
Cena sucks.
But
everybody be booing him.
But this all goes to the part-timer thing too, which I can't stand. He's going to be that part-timer that, hey, like The Rock.
I was going to say he's the new Rock.
But I'm sorry.
No, I mean, whenever WrestleMania comes around, or whenever a big event comes around, or when ratings dip, hey, Cena, come on over. At some point, they're not going to be able to do that. They have to.
They're doing it with Lesnar.
That's a whole. But it's like at some point they have to know how to ride the wave with a guy. They have to know that, hey, we have momentum with this guy.
They gotta give him the chance.
Let's go.
I think they would have. I mean, well, it's hindsight's 2020 with this one, but they would have with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah,
because they didn't want to.
There's rumbles of him coming back anyway.
Not in the WWE. No. They'll never let him back. If they were the ones, if he broke his neck or did something, or had another concussion and was ruined for life, and they were the cause of it when he's already been diagnosed, they're done. They're done, man. That's
I would say
I could see him going to New Japan or TNA if his contract's up, but
at this point, this all kind of ties into gender. With their pay-per-view coming up in July, their next pay-per-view, do they revert back to Cena, or do they give Jinder the street cred?
Depends. Are they in India that time?
But that's what I like about Cena. Everybody hater. But he puts guys over. He put Kevin Owens over when nobody else would. He put a ton of people over.
Yes, he did.
He gave Brock Lesnar so much heat with that when he suplexed him like 17 times at SummerSlam last year. He puts these guys over, and he does what's good for business.
But the thing is, maybe we'll flip this around a little bit. He will do what he's told.
That's why he's the guy.
Other people have the guts to let Jinder continue the run. That's
Triple
the question. Triple H does, but does the big guy?
Well, I think we're going to segue into something else with that.
Well, I think that the big guy sees his dollar signs going down with viewership and ticket sales and everything else. So if he has an untapped potential market that they're starting in September, I think it is when they're going. September. If they pulled the belt on Jinder Mahal before they went, that'd be.
Yeah, but what if they pull the belt and then he wins it right back?
Well, okay, yeah.
Because he's going to have his rematch.
But you know what, though? And
it happens all the time.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They do it all the time. This is not the time to do it.
Well,
give the guy a
July
solid
4th,
4 or
America.
5 month run. Yeah. You know how much heat he would get? Like, you want a top heel? If he beat him on they're not going to fight on 4th of July. But
you never know.
If how much heat he would get. If he beat Cena, or even if they did wrestle on 4th of July, and that'd be huge, man. For a good heel, that's huge.
Depends on how long Cena's going to be back for is the question.
At least through SummerSlam.
Yeah,
at least.
I think you have to. I think this is setting up as Jinder beating Cena. If that is the case, that if they're going to fight,
great if you retired him.
But I think this would be the time to give Jinder the street cred, and let him continue on his run, and then after that, that's when you look at Kevin Owens, AJ Styles.
Jinder drops it at Night of Champions. September.
Night of Champions. Yeah. I mean,
see that happen.
Or this is where you look at Baron Corbin. I mean, the winner of the Money in the Bank, great match, by the way.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Highlight of the pay-per-view.
Definite highlight of the pay-per-view. great match. Again, thought Kevin Owens died 3 times. He survived. Really a good showing by everybody in the match. But your thoughts on Baron? I know he's your boy, but your thoughts on Baron Corbin?
I think it's great. I think it's the next logical step. The only thing is
His hair.
yeah, the hairline. He needs to go get the hair club for men, or if we're talking about pushes and the next guy, Baron Corbin's never going to be the next guy. I know that because talk about monotone and flat with a promo.
Even Kaz got a little bit better than that.
His doesn't go this or that. He's right here, man, and
Maybe this is where they rework the character.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with him, how it works out. He's going to get he's going to get the belt eventually.
You think? Because
Money in the Bank is like a 99.9% sure that.
Yeah, well, there's always that 0.1%.
Yeah. But I think. Well, I mean, look at his trajectory. He's gone from the Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner. He's got to to just not main eventing on SmackDown so much, but just main eventing on SmackDown, and now he's Mr. Money in the Bank.
But I don't know if I can believe it. He got beat by Sami Zayn how many times now?
The haluva kick.
Like it's kind of like what they do at Bray. You're trying to build up a guy, they lose to these jokes.
Sami Zayn is sorry.
I'm not a fan.
Joke.
Not a fan.
I'll tell you what, I like
I think he needs to go deliver some papers with that hat and just go away.
Yeah.
He's a paper boy. I will say that.
Going to get the papers, the papers.
He does. But you know what, though? You can't deny Sami Zayn's in-ring work. You really can't.
He's got talent, but he's just annoying as hell.
Yeah.
The underdog.
We've agreed twice today.
I know. The world is coming to an end.
This is weird.
You know what though? But but I'm kind of feeling awkward right now.
Yeah, right.
He needs a definite makeover. It's definitely that's definite. But you can't deny his in-ring work. I mean, he's very good.
For a big guy, he can move. He can. He can put down. He's what I think they should aspire to have. I mean, I know what is he? He's like 6'7", something like that, 6'8", something like that. Like Big Cass is a little bit bigger, but what
7 foot tall, and you can't teach that.
To have Big Cass become in the ring, like he can move. He can, he's got a good finisher. He's got because I'm not a big fan of that Empire elbow. I don't know. I'm sick of like those in-ring elbows. Anyway, I'm not getting onto Cass here, but.
Might as well drop
I just think Corbin's what you want. He just needs a little bit of a touch up in the character department, development, like the talk or the look or something, and you got yourself a champ right there.
Something, yeah.
You got yourself a champ right there, and that's why I like him. I think he does a good job. But
I think
I'm not a huge fan, but he's not bad.
But as your next champion. I think I tell you what, transitional champion.
I was just gonna say your terminology, transitional champ. That's what he's probably gonna be.
Transitional. I see him picking it up at using the Money in the Bank stupid win and lose it the next night type of deal.
I don't know about the next night, but I would say a month.
I don't even give him that.
Pay-per-view to a pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view to a pay-per-view, maybe, depending on how he goes. Because if he gets the belt, and depending on how the reaction is, depending on merchandise, it all comes down to money, of course. Merchandise sales and all like that. If there isn't any kind of a spike there, then you could probably say a maybe 3 week reign. But still. That would be good for him, and then he would just go back down to mid-card status as like an Intercontinental or U.S. champ kind of a guy.
I think he should hold one of those titles before he becomes.
I do too. I mean, I would
kind
like
of the
to
natural progression.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like they've forgotten like a natural progression because it used to be back in the day you would get like Macho Man Randy Savage. He started out as the Intercontinental champ, and then
he was the Intercontinental champ for years.
So was
Steamboat and all that.
Well, I mean, they've also made the Intercontinental belt and the U.S. title a joke, basically. Like because back when we were kids, and it
was a big deal.
It was a big deal. An Intercontinental champion.
The Intercontinental Championship right now on Raw is the title.
It is. You gotta. Yeah.
They've made it.
Well, they're trying, but
Well, who has the Intercontinental belt? Enough said. But it is. But at some point, you have to look at a Baron Corbin and you have to decide what are you going to do with him? Okay, now we've given you the Money in the Bank. Okay, now they have to pick their spot. Do they do it now? Because they can wait till next year with them.
Yeah, they do have the whole year.
They have the whole year to
They
do
have
it.
the whole year to do it, so it doesn't have to be this year.
No.
They can let Jinder Mahal go through his thing.
Yeah.
Maybe Kevin Owens wins the belt at some point at a pay-per-view in October, Survivor Series.
Sami Zayn will win it, and he'll win it from Sami Zayn.
They've done that already, but it's like, but they can do that, and then maybe work AJ Styles.
I was gonna say he wins it from AJ Styles, him or Cena, one or the other.